think it's been a great night. Everyone coming to celebrate what we're trying to do. Everyone's talking, and I guess some of the other positive feedback that we're hearing from other people about what we do, and knowing that they're just as positive and excited about what we're trying to do as we are.
It is the perfect partnership.
Yep.
We are all about regional Australia, and so to have our major partner as Regional Australia Bank is perfect.
We have a fantastic relationship with Regional Australia Bank at Tamworth Business Chamber. They're one of our major sponsors, and we are so thankful for the support they give, not just our organisation, but the whole community of Tamworth. Their support for their community programs is second to none, and one that we find really beneficial, that grows and supports not just business, but the community as a whole.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it gives the organisation a sense of belonging and exposure in a way that the word mutual perhaps doesn't mean a whole lot to people anymore, whereas I think the word bank means a lot of things to different people, but most of all it means financial institution, financial organisation, and an organisation that delivers financial services to people. Now, the regional Australia part means, well, local, regional, not one of the big four banks. So quite different to one of the big four banks and more of a personal bank. So I think people will realise that the services, the people within the organisation and the warmth and feel of the organisation will remain and won't change.
I think it's great. It encompasses all the regions rather than just, I don't know, Community Mutual doesn't really give a direction of where they are, whereas Regional Australia does.
Well, as someone that's done a lot of business and grown up in regional Australia and moved around and seen a lot of regional Australia, having a financial institution that backs regional Australia, I think it's essential, if not overdue. I mean, it's an extremely competitive market. National players, obviously the domestic, the four pillars. It's great to have someone that makes regional Australia their focus.
Well, they're naming rights sponsors. They've been with us obviously since before the name change, but they've been with us since day dot, and they just have a community feel to it, regional feel. We just love everything to do with them. They're hands-on. We get the staff attend. They get on there. They hull crash tackle pads. They'll get hit by kids left, right and centre. They get their hands dirty, and it's one of the only times I think a lot of staff can do it, I suppose, because it's held at their head office being at Armidale. But yeah, they just show a community feel, and that's the best thing about it.
The future for customer-owned banking in Australia is really, really strong. I think more than ever, communities and customers are hoping that they can find an institution that's going to meet their needs, look after the things that that are most important to them. A customer-owned banking institution only has one group of people it needs to look after, its customers, and I think the time is perfect for our institutions and institutions like Regional Australia Bank to prosper and grow from this year and beyond.
Fantastic.
Well, I love this name. I love the fact that Community Mutual Group has chosen a really ambitious name. It speaks to where the bank is based. It's in a regional centre. It's always served this community for many, many tens of decades, and it's reflecting its focus, which is to keep this regional economy alive, sustained environment and vibrant. And I think Regional Australia Bank is just a really great, ambitious, audacious name, and I wish them all the best.
I represent way out in the far-flung western edge of my electorate, a small community of Mungandai. Around 400 people call Mungandai home. Not long ago they lost their last bank in that community, and with that they lost their only ATM machine. And for many years they didn't have any access to cash outside of Monday to Friday to normal business hours. And they campaigned very hard to me for an ATM. I approached Regional Australia Bank and it didn't take too long, and they made a decision. Even though it wasn't necessarily financially a good decision for them, they made a decision to support the community in which they served. And in turn, I can tell you the community are very keen to support them, because for once a financial institution has actually given something back to Mungandai instead of actually withdrawing that service. Again, something which you would never be able to do with one of the big four banks, who quite simply don't have the same level of care and concern about their local communities.
I think it goes to the sort of heart of the structure. So if you have the owner and the customer as being one and the same, you can afford not to have that competition between the the shareholder and the customer where someone's got to lose, and instead you have this better offering where you balance those needs in a better way.
Local communities can expect to see more from Regional Australia Bank in the future. I think the name Regional Australia Bank will exemplify our community participation more than it has in the past. I think it's given it a lot of clarity, so I think they can expect more from it, not only more money, more in kind, but also more relevance for what it's doing.